Wow. Hail Satan.
Oh.
All right. What's up? We've done it. We're here again.
Convos with the Rhineharts.
Yeah.
We're the Rhineharts.
Yep. That's us.
Ash and Reese.
And our dogs eating food in the background, if you can hear them.
Featuring, River's teeth on her puzzle bowl.
We had to get them puzzle bowls because they eat too fast and then they make themselves throw up.
And then they also do this whole thing, even with the puzzle bowl, honestly. But they get, like, the I ate too fast, like, dog food belches.
Yeah, and then they blow dog food burps in your face, which is sick.
It's not my favorite.
Not at all.
So, yeah, puzzle bowl.
Yeah. If your
Can't
dog eats
recommend
too
that
fast, yeah. We got one for Stella when she was here.
Yeah, because
As
she
a gift for your parents.
also needs them really fast.
Yeah, and she had a puzzle bowl and it wasn't doing jack shit.
No.
Her puzzle bowl sucked, so.
Hers was just like an insert into her regular food bowl.
Yeah.
Ours is like deep.
Yep.
It holds things and you really gotta tongue and snoot it. So not only is it a slow down kind of method, but it's also kind of thank you for their brain. It's an enrichment dinner.
That's what they say. We don't do anything else with them, so they probably still need some enrichment, but.
We are currently trying to teach them how to ring the bell to go outside.
Yeah. I told her we're going to regret teaching them how, because then they're just going to be like ringing it all the time.
Well, right, except for the fact that we can just take the bells down.
Yeah. She did remind me that we are actually the ones in control of the house.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, not the dogs. They fooled me. Anyway, how are you?
I'm okay. I've got a bit of a headache today. Got a little bit of that.
Come up.
Ow. Come on, lay down.
That's Hazel. Ready for her close-up, as you say.
Yeah. So yeah, just dealing with a little bit of that lingering whiplash headache. Only the best stuff.
Blaming it on the whiplash, though?
Well, it's the same kind of headache. It's like basically, it's like a tension headache. So I don't get like bad migraines anymore, but I do get headaches and I know how to deal with them so they don't become migraines. But it's like tension. So it's like from my neck, it gets a little tense and then I get, yeah. It just encompasses. Right now, it's like up the back of my head and like over top of my right eyebrow. Everyone cares, I know they do, about my...
They're interested. There's
Yeah.
people out there and they're like, dude, I've had a tension headache. Crazy.
Well, here's the deal. Just don't get rear-ended and you'll be fine. So
That's my secret, actually. That's why I've never had a tension headache in my life.
it's because you haven't been rear-ended.
Yeah.
How are you?
Not by a car, at least.
Oh. Okay.
How am I?
Yeah.
I'm all right. I don't know. Snowpocalypse, the great freeze of 2024 is unthawing. Fucking finally.
This is like day number 8. Right?
Yeah. I don't know. It's, yeah.
Oh.
Day number 8.
That's enough.
I've been impatiently waiting for it to stop because it's just been terrible. And, yeah, I had a nightmare that one of our pipe bursts. It didn't, thank God, just a nightmare.
Yeah. That was pretty spooky, though. Many people had burst pipes.
And probably even more people now that it's thawing or whatever. Yeah, apparently that'll cause it to burst too. Really can't win.
No.
So far, our house is all right. It's survived
Yeah.
the deluge of freezing rain.
Your burps are really giving today.
Yeah. I'm here to serve.
To serve what?
Burps. Yeah, I don't know. Worked from home all last week because of the freeze. I've never had a job where I can do that, so.
Yeah. I unfortunately just didn't work at all. I just stayed home and did some homework.
Yeah,
some
your work emergency closed down for a full week.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is like, we kept on being like, oh, we'll reopen, but then like an hour or two later, or like the morning of, it'd be like, oh no, there was a really bad freeze last night, we're gonna close the clinic again today. It's like, all right, no problem.
Yeah, all week they were closed.
I mean, I wasn't gonna go in regardless. No one could pay me to drive in Portland when it's icy, you know.
It was wild out there. So we recovered the car successfully.
Yeah.
We have it back. It's
did we tell them about that?
Yeah, I think so.
So we did Sunday.
Because it was last weekend when our pipe froze. And then we recorded the podcast.
I guess that was Sunday, huh?
Yeah.
Cool. Well.
Got the car back. I did it successfely. It had basically all the roads were clear by the time I did it, except for our road in front of our house.
It was like an ice skating rink.
Yeah, so it wasn't really impressive or anything, but the car was fine.
I'm impressed. I was thankful. Like, still even now, even though everything's thawed, our front lawn, which is in shadow basically, it's still completely frozen. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, the front steps are super sketchy because they like slope down kind of because they're old.
Yeah, we've got one of those river rock cement walkways, like old school. Yeah. Like a lot of Portland foundations were made with river rock, even though they shouldn't have been because they crumble now. But we have stairs to our house that are made out of river rock and cement. They are doing just as well as it sounds.
Well, and really they're just like, they're sloped down. They're not level.
No.
Which is pretty dangerous when they're covered in like 3 inches of ice.
But we also have like a planter box inside the house that's like pulling away from the house. Gravity. Stuff's been there for a long time.
It's sick.
So.
Just homeowner cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, what else?
Speaking of homeowner stuff, my newest homeowner wish is to install a garbage disposal. And I think that I have the audacity to think that I know that I could do it.
Oh, man. I see you getting frustrated in the near future.
It's the ADHD coming out. Yeah, well, you know, I probably will scream and cry, but
I'm sure you could do it, but something tells me you'll be a little angry while you do it.
Well, the reason why is because our sink has like backed up a few times. And let's just be honest, it's probably because of coffee grinds.
You put the coffee grinds in the sink?
No.
Oh, okay. But when you rinse it out, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I started taking it with my hand basically, and like, because we have a reusable coffee filter, and so I just take it and wipe all the coffee out now. But I mean, I haven't always done that. It's more of like you get out as much as you can into the trash, and then you use the sink to rinse off the remainder. But I stopped doing that because the sink continuously gets backed up. I use a plunger. I did hot water. I did Drano. I did vinegar and baking soda, and then I did our plunger. And
yeah, you got after it while I was slaving away for the man.
I fixed it. It did need fixing a couple of times though, but it seems to be good now. But it was so sick. The reason I knew it was a problem is because dishwasher was backing up into the sink, which happens occasionally. So it wasn't necessarily a red flag for me. Not necessarily here, but I've seen it happen in other sinks.
Yeah,
I'm like,
dishwashers
whatever.
do that.
Because like the dishwasher out pipe is like really close to where our sink drain is. So I'm like, whatever, it's fine. But it was so it stayed backed up. It didn't get so backed up that it was like tall in the sink, but it stayed backed up for so long that the dishwasher stopped running. Like the safety thing went off and said, well, turn off. So I couldn't run a full load of dishes in the dishwasher. So I
So you
tried
fixed
though.
it.
I had to diagnose what was going on,
Yeah.
but that fixed it. So
You got it though.
being a homeowner, I did change out our shower head though, and
Mm.
put on a new
Yeah.
new cap to the wall, all by myself.
You did.
The one
Did
we
you
had on
get
there.
frustrated while you were doing that?
Well, yes, because I've done it before.
That's what I thought.
Oh, hang on. I've done it before this house, before we bought this house. And taking off the previous shower head has been a lot easier. I just had to find the right tool for it. But ultimately, because I was just like, oh, like, if it's dry, you could probably just do it, like, with your hand or with something, like, a grippy.
A grippy, huh?
Like, some kind of grippy thing. But you have to use a tool, like...
Oh, like one of those grippy pads for, like, undoing lids, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. I
It
was
has,
like, is
like-
that a name for a tool? Never heard of that, the grippy.
Well, anyway, the old shower head that we had was so old, and so basically it has like a hatch system on it, hashes, whatever. So where it's like a little bit of texture on that. It doesn't have like a hex like a lot of other ones do, you know. And then it's like you just have to start it. And I could not get it to start. So it took me like a half hour to find the specific tool that was going to grip it enough to loosen it for me to take it off to do it. That was frustrating. But I didn't
Sounds
cry
about
or
right.
scream anytime during that.
Proud of you. Yeah.
Thank you.
No, I just know. I don't know. Anytime I've ever been like, I'm going to do this thing and expect it to go some sort of way, it almost never does.
Well, I have the expectation of freaking out.
Well, yeah. That'll probably come true. Probably will
I feel
go that
confident.
way.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident. Just like a little extra stuff like that, you know. Anyway, I have a lot of like eventually. I was talking to a friend today about putting in a garbage disposal and just like, you know, someday just like another like I should do this. And
Add
she
it
was
to the
like,
list.
yeah. She goes, "Well, you're going to like stay in that house for a long time." She basically said, "Well, you said you're going to die in that house." And I said, "I did say that." She goes,
Heck yeah.
"You have a lot of time then." And honestly, what an investment, because once you have it, you'll have it. And I was like, you got me.
How much
So,
does a garbage disposal even cost? It's probably not even that big of an investment, I wouldn't think.
I think you can get them in between like the dumbass in me is like 80 to 250 depending on how fancy. I'm sure that they're more expensive than that, but I went shopping with my dad to get one and he was getting a replacement, and I think there was some that were pretty inexpensive.
Yeah, didn't he have to get one that one Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I think he paid like $1.50 for his.
Yeah, that's like nothing
Mm-mm.
almost.
And it was like the
in
same-
the realm of houses, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, and it's like fairly simple because the next step to clearing out the sink was going to be undoing the little the U-shape part and draining that out, because that's usually where things get stuck.
That makes sense.
So that was my next step. So ultimately, and to put it in a garbage disposal, you just do the same thing and then add in the garbage disposal.
That makes sense.
Also, a really cool thing that happened for us is we have a little spray head thing that's different than the faucet. You know how it goes. You have like a little water spray thing. And then we put it in our new dishwasher like last year or the year before.
Yeah.
And the dishwasher line is set up in such a way that it disables you from actually getting the hose out of the sink more than a couple of inches.
Yeah.
It keeps on catching. There's like this bolt in the wall. Who knows what it's for? Dottie is elderly, so who knows why.
Yeah. You
It
have
just
made the
doesn't
thing.
make sense to me. But
I put the dishwasher in and it was fine before that. So
yeah. But it keeps on getting caught on this little bolt thing. So, you know, just like fun, weird, quirky stuff.
yeah, it's a quirky house.
I know there's quirkier, but anyway, that's Dottie the house.
Yep. What else is new?
Literally nothing.
Nice.
I made you watch The Trust on Netflix up until the current episode
Yeah.
all day yesterday, just like a straight up binge. I worked on like a sweater, and then you eventually watched the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch the UFC fight. UFC 297. Our boy Sean Strickland didn't win.
Boo.
Sad day for America.
Like, no idea.
Yeah.
Just like, okay.
He was the American and he lost.
Okay.
That's all I mean. Anyway, go ahead.
Well then.
Yeah.
And you and I, when we watch reality TV, it's like always either I'm totally invested and like I defend every single person on the show, or the both of us just talk mad shit about everyone. 'Cause you always, whenever you come in, you like you get invested, and then you're just kind of like, look at me, and you kind of just like anyway. You get really impassioned about certain things that go on. And then sometimes I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then other times I'm like, I know, they suck.
Well, people on reality TV are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They just be saying and doing wild shit.
He knows he's not allowed to talk to me when I'm watching Big Brother, though. So I think that's like it's my favorite reality show. Probably
Big Brother's
favorite
the best
TV
one
show.
for sure, yeah.
I love Big Brother, yeah. But this one, The Trust, talk about some trash. I mean, just like, it's delicious trash, but it's just the women on that show are straight toxic. Just straight up toxic.
Yeah.
There's like a group of dudes. I think that all of the guys basically basically every single guy was just like, let's get everyone to the finish line. Let's just share this money. Let's just get everyone to the finish line. We'll all have like a vacation. Then we'll all get free money at the end of this. And then like 3 of the women were like, absolutely not. We're going to get everyone out of here, and we're going to go ahead and split the pot.
Yeah.
And so there was kind of like 2 schools of thought. And there was this guy. I think that the most kind of ridiculous part was there was this guy who came on, and his secret to the group was he was already a millionaire.
Yeah, he played himself. They were playing for cash, and he was like,
Yeah.
I actually already have a lot of money. I'm not even here for the money.
Which I just thought was kind of silly.
He immediately got voted out after they found out.
Yeah, because the whole point of the game is like the winners all split like a $250,000, and they can either add or take away from the trust as the game goes on.
Yeah, they get like offers and stuff.
Yeah. His name's Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce.
Sweet Bryce. I thought it was so wild. I personally don't care that he was a millionaire. Like, in my mind,
They all did.
well, I know.
They were bothered.
Hang on. I didn't really care because he was there for like the experience of being on a reality show. Like, he literally said, I'm here for the experience. I'm here for the community. I'm here to meet people. I'm here to see if people will like me without having the money or whatever. And like, yes, like a big thing about him is he's really proud of himself for having a lot of money.
Even though his mom's rich.
It doesn't, yeah. Which, like, whatever. But it's like people looked at him in the eye and talked to him, and then went around behind his back and talked about him and said basically, there's like a feather in there. And we're like saying like, he doesn't deserve to be here.
Yeah,
and
was
that,
pretty sick.
That lit me up a little bit.
Tell the people why it lit you up so much.
None
she
of those,
did, dude. She got
none.
very heated. She was like, no one deserves anything.
Why don't you tell him how I feel then? Why don't you tell him?
You go ahead.
I did. The thing about it is like, yes, if someone has shitty things happen to them, I don't believe shitty things are deserved. I don't think anyone deserves to have shitty things brought upon them. But in the light of free money that you signed up to a reality show, which you're probably getting a per diem amount for being on the show on a daily basis because unions.
I deserve to be here.
Saying, I deserve to be here, I deserve the money. No, you don't. You don't deserve anything. You're randomly picked because you're a loudmouth to be on a reality TV show and offer entertainment for people. You don't deserve anything. You don't deserve anything.
Sick burns.
It was just so ridiculous how these people think that they're special or so much better than someone just because they have less money than them and therefore more deserving of free money. It's like, It's like this. Did Bryce need to be winning a lot of money? No, probably not. But at the end of the day, it's just whose business is it? Of anyone else's? You get what I'm saying?
Hey, yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Because he would have been a free agent to be there with every single person to get them through to the end, to be a vote for them. He would have been a pawn for any of those people.
Yeah.
He would have been a pawn for them.
Well, and some of the offers they get, they like add money to the trust, so he could have been adding money to it the whole time too.
Yeah, and every single opportunity that he was given, he was always adding money to it.
Yeah. It was kind of funny though. He brought up the fact that he was a millionaire, and then he brought up how tormented he was that he had to hide that fact about himself.
And then he talked
And
about
that's why
how
they
he
all-
was like hiding his Versace shoes and
Yeah.
how he had like a Louis Vuitton like toiletry bag and
It
he had
was
to
a
hide
bad
it.
look, yeah.
It was a really bad look.
That's why they all turned on him.
But it's like-
immediately.
There's this so there's one woman who basically is like, I've had such a hard time because of X, Y, and Z and being ostracized and everything else like that. And then there's another woman in there who's like, I was grown up in like trailer parks and went through the foster care system. And both of those women both were just kind of like, this person does not understand their privilege. And it's just like, pretty sure he understands his privilege, which is why he didn't want to tell any of you this and have you judge him for it.
Well, I don't know.
Pretty sure.
At one point, he does talk about being like all self-made and stuff, and then come to find out his mom's the one that made like this realty business that he works
Well,
in.
in his defense, and I hear you, it was not a good look. She started the real estate business and was making money at it, and she had a business, and then she gave it to him, or he's working with her, and he expanded the business
Yeah.
to be able to,
So-
within his
so
first couple
he
of years of
says.
working, earn enough to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
So he says. And I'm not trying to defend a millionaire here, and I'm not trying to say that like everyone just really what I'm trying to say is everyone sucks. No one deserves free money. If you get free money, that's great and amazing and like good for you, and I'm happy for you, and I hope that honestly like whatever money these people get on any game show adds to their life.
I'd say I deserve free money.
Yeah. See, and that's what I mean. It's just like you can't sit there in such a public way. You can. It just makes you seem, to me, stupid. Sit there and like talk about how you're so special to be on this TV show, to be earning this free money, and how you deserve it more than anyone else in the house.
Yeah.
It's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then also there's a bunch of like, and I don't know. We don't see the entire show, so it's like hard for me to.
Edited.
Yeah, it's edited, and you only see like a snippets, you know? So it's hard to say exactly why some of these like interview times, you know, like it's just like
Mhm.
them in the camera. It's hard to say if it's justified or not, but the women talking about the privilege of white men.
Yeah, what about it?
No, just like them talking about in general. It's just kind of like, bruh, like, I don't know. And as a feminist, as someone who literally says, like, I would love to have the confidence of a cis white male, like, I say that. I do say that. But it's
You bigot.
they,
My
the
people
way
have
that they
been through
used it,
enough.
it was like weaponizing it, basically to be like, I'm better than they are, like, in my opinion, which is not very feminist, and it's not very, like, in my opinion, like, it's not woke, bruh.
It's not woke, bruh. Yeah, I don't know.
There was this, sorry, just one more thing. There was a
Just
situation.
one more thing.
No, and this is an example. The older lady, her name is like Jay, and then there's like an army guy, Jake. Okay, and Jake didn't pick any women to be at the front of his thing, saying that he trusts the guys more than the girls because that was the task. Every single
girls are
girl got
snakes.
so emotional, so upset, demonized him, told him that he was basically like, yeah, privileged.
They said
Because-
he was a misogynist, but he also said he was the smartest guy there.
Well, hang on.
So
That was Jay, though. That was when she became like closer to all the girls.
yeah,
And Jay sat there and she was like, I think you're a misogynist because you didn't pick any of the girls to be most loyal. It's like, well, it was his opinion because he was tasked, for people who haven't seen the show, he was tasked after saying that he was the person who had the best leadership and the person who was the smartest. He was tasked with doing a lineup from like most loyal to least loyal And he put like his boys at the front because he spends all of his time with them. He talks strategy and game with them or whatever, and then kind of like put women in after that. And he even said after the first 5, he's like, I don't really think that there's anything past 5. I think that all of you are loyal. It's just that these people here are like my closer friends in the house. And every single woman got so pissed off, so emotional about it. It's just like, what would you do if you were in that position?
Well, I wouldn't be in that position.
No, neither would I.
Because when
would
they
never.
said who's the smartest,
I would have gone to the
back
last
of the line.
Doesn't matter how smart you are. You don't put yourself in that position. No.
Also, who walks into a room of like 15 people or 10 people or whatever and thinks like, yeah, I'm the smartest motherfucker here.
I think that's like a bad sign. If you think you're the smartest person in the room, like,
you're in the wrong room.
Exactly. Exactly.
Just being sarcastic.
And like, honestly, he's not the smartest person in most rooms.
Wow.
That's my opinion.
Are you the smartest person in most rooms you're in, you think?
No. And I was talking about this Jake character. But anyway, so back to this thing. Jay sat there in front of everyone, is calling him a misogynist and saying everything else that he said was wrong because he chose to put his friends at the beginning of the line. And then one of the women spoke up against her and said, please do not speak for me. Just because, like, you and the other women feel that way. Like, I don't feel that way. Like, and I've already talked to this person about that.
She got voted out.
And then Jay said, it's time for you to go. Because you don't agree with me. It's just like very much like all of the things that people say about
what?
How, like, women, I guess. All of the negative, stereotypical, misogynistic things that people say about women, those women basically just showcase.
I guess, yeah. They seem pretty terrible.
They're bad.
But I don't think it's because they're women, though.
No, I don't think it's because they're women either.
People.
That's not the point. What I'm saying is they're sitting there shouting about bigotry, about misogyny, about like sexism, about whatever. But like at the end of the day, they're so emotional and so reactive that they're giving the viewer basically like the opposite argument, I guess. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, it is all edited for the express purpose of getting people to be like, oh.
Then the producers and the editors are sure making these women making these women look terrible.
I mean, RuPaul's Drag Race is the perfect example. Every season, there's someone that comes out and is like, I am not the villain. They made me look like that. And every time, RuPaul's like, we didn't edit it. You said that. It's on camera. You know what I'm saying?
No, for
They're
sure.
like, it's the edit.
Well,
So,
and
I don't know.
think
It goes both
that,
ways.
Hang on, though. Because it's like, the edit, sure, whatever. I hear you. But, like, in the interviews that they do during the episode, you see interviews for people.
Mm-hmm.
The people basically ask them to say certain things, like producers and whatnot.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we know that this is going to be about this, and then ask them to say something. And, like, depending on who it is, like, they can repeat it back or talk about whatever. So, heightened emotions or whatever else. But as an emotional person, as someone who's very reactive, I was just like, this is not a good look.
Yeah, women. Listen up, ladies.
It's just that, like, none of the guys are like that. The guys are just, like, loyal. Oh, they're a snake. And then get them out.
Yeah. Well, what is it? Is it like even? Is it like 4 guys, 4 girls, 5 guys, 5 girls, or whatever?
I think it's 5 and 3 now.
Yeah.
Anyway, the women who are left, I think, are the least problematic out of everyone.
Jay got the best deal out of everyone there. They said, you can take $25,000 and go home. She said, yep. I'm fucking out of here.
I really only didn't like the fact that she voted out another woman just because they disagreed with her. I was just like, she said it was like a betrayal. It's like, to who? Like,
yeah.
Everyone was sitting there like bashing on him. And she just, like, stuck up for him because, like, they're buds. And she got voted out because of it.
Yeah, if there's anything reality TV does, it really shows you
people's
the
bad sides.
the
yeah.
psyche of the human mind is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because people will be like saying and justifying all sorts of just wild shit, and they'll be like, "Nah, dude, that's the truth. I believe it 100%." And it's
Yeah.
like, what you're saying is crazy though, or how you're acting is crazy.
Yeah.
But again, that's the whole point. It's super entertaining to watch because of that. So
Speaking of just like the psyche of people, last season of Big Brother, America got to like top 4 with Blue, Matt, and Jag. Cannot believe I remember all their names. Anyway, and the way that she was like the whole season, the way that she was coasting by and then going into like what she thought was going to be like a good thing, and like the way that people understood that because of their allegiances and alliances. She made so many bad choices, but for her to sit there and sit like she like argued why she thought that was a good choice, and it's just like that makes sense.
yeah,
I mean, what else could you do? It wasn't the best choice, obviously, knowing because she doesn't know what the other characters or the other people, the other castmates are saying behind her back in their interviews or together. She only knows what she's seeing and what she's hearing.
Well, and that whole game is like built on lies.
Big Brother.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, I think it's I'm with you. I think it's the best reality TV for sure, because you have to like, there's like the physical competitions, and then there's like the strategic social part.
Yeah.
And you have to be like strategic, dude. Like Dan, oh man,
Oh, Dan is
Dan's
like
the best.
the best Big Brother player.
I hated watching him because he'd like swear on the Bible and stuff, and I'd be like, "Yo,
Dan's funeral.
Yeah,
Did you see that season? Did I make you watch that with him and Brittany were in cahoots?
I've watched all of his seasons.
He like literally lied, connived, did everything he could to make it the top 2. Twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
He's pretty savage.
He's so good.
Well, when he's playing that game, he's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck, dude. I'll do anything.
Yeah.
I'll say whatever I have to say.
And like in the same respect, same with Janelle, but Janelle is like, and I don't know if you've seen any of her seasons, but she's like a comp beast. So she went in like guns blazing, was just like, I'm going to literally win every single competition, and then people will see her as a physical threat, and they kicked her out.
Yeah, exactly.
But she
didn't make it.
She also has a pretty good social game though, so she would last until like top 8, top 6. And she's been on that show like 3 or 4 times now. She's like, she's a fan favorite.
I like RuPaul. That's my reality TV.
We haven't watched it. I know there's a new season, and we don't have a way to stream it right now.
Yeah, it's whatever.
We don't have cable.
You know me. I'm not big on reality TV because I'll get sucked in and be like, yeah, I'll watch 16 episodes of this right now. Why not?
Sometimes it's necessary. I go like spans. The only show that I normally watch with America though is Big Brother.
Well, one time we've watched it with America.
Yeah. Well, that was
Jesus.
the first year that I was like really into Big Brother and like knew that I could watch it, cuz I watched it I watched the year previous. So, 2022, I watched last winter. And then I guess that was BB24. And then before that, the Cookout, I just watched that this summer. Like the one with the Cookout.
Yeah.
Crazy season. Crazy season. I mean, they, like, it was, oh my gosh. It wasn't day 1, but it was, like, basically day 1. They created an alliance. And every single one of them, even though, well, you didn't watch the season, they all, like, basically hated each other.
But they got to the end, Hazel. Because of teamwork.
Yeah.
That was the
because they all
first season with a black person that won. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They made it. It was like top 6, and
They're
it was
like,
just
that's our
every
goal,
single
dude.
person was a black, a black person.
Hence why
It was
they call
incredible.
the Cookout.
It was incredible. Well, and that's why it was so crazy when that dude, I can't remember his name, but in season 24, that guy being like, I think that this group is trying to make like a Cookout alliance, and like everyone kind of flipped out. especially in
Can't
like
just be throwing it around like that.
no.
Sounds a little racy.
Well, and he didn't realize because he's
He probably meant like a day one alliance or something that makes it to
Mhm.
the end, but yeah, it's not what it sounds like.
well, and it's funny too because even BB25, there was a guy talking to Corey, and he said a slur, and literally within a day he was kicked off the show because he violated.
Immediately,
Yeah, he violated the code of conduct for the show.
Yeah. He said it to Corey, like, "What's up, my N-word?"
Yeah, he did. And
They didn't like it.
the thing about it is I can't remember his name, but the survivor woman, her son was in the room with them.
Yeah.
And when Corey was retelling the story, he basically was just like, I wasn't offended, like I didn't even know what was going on or whatever else. I can't remember what, but it was like, I don't know. Or he didn't say that. He was just kind of like, no, I'm so used to that, like people just like not having that kind of like
Well,
awareness.
I bet you he is.
I was pretty surprised by his response to that too, because it's just like in this day and age, our 2023. Anyway,
there's still plenty of racist people
I guess so.
and plenty of racist towns.
Or people who
where
think that
people
they're the
grow up.
one who are exempt from like, oh well, I can say it, because you know
Yeah.
I don't. It's like
I'm not racist, so I can say the N-word. Not really how
I
it
just
works.
feel like the only people who can say that are the people who like it's about.
The people who it's about. No, sorry, what? There's a big
Yeah.
Chappelle bit where he was like, "Oh, they won't let me say." I want to say it was the F word for gay people.
Oh.
I'd say it,
Man.
but I don't know if we're allowed to say that. But
I think that slurs are off the table regardless.
yeah, so they wouldn't let him say that, and he's like, "Well, how come they let me say the N-word?" And she's like, "Well, you're not gay," and he's like, "Well, I'm not an N-word." So I don't know, dude. When you say the people it's about, it's not.
No,
really
but
about
like
them.
gay people aren't necessarily F words either. Just
Yeah,
like black people aren't N words.
yeah,
It's a slur to describe that group of people. And I feel like when there's a slur to describe a group of people, the people that it is describing are the only people who are allowed to say that word. Because otherwise it's hateful. It's hate.
yeah.
Regardless of what you mean by it, regardless of your intent, it is hateful. It is hateful.
I just thought it was a little funny,
That is
insightful
kind of-
thing from Chappelle. Like if a gay dude got up there and could just drop F-bombs left and right, no one would bat an eye. And it's like, it's funny that they're okay with that. Like the producers or the network or the executives are like, yeah, you can say a slur as long as it's about you people.
Well-
It's fucked up. No one should be allowed to say it. Right? Like a television network. You know, people.
Yeah.
We live in America. People can say whatever the fuck they want, whenever they want.
And I guess that's more so like where I'm coming from. I don't think that people should. I just don't think it's a good look to be saying
Yeah.
in front of. I'll
Well-
just go ahead and say mixed company.
Yeah, bold strategy of that.
You don't know your audience. You shouldn't be saying stuff like. Just be a little self-aware.
Honestly, as a white person, just like, what do you need that word for? Just use a different one, dude. We got
My
like, hey,
buddy?
hey, buddy,
yeah, friend.
hey, pal. Use a different word, dude. There's tons of them. He should have been like,
my baby boy.
should have been like, Corey, what's up, my honky? Like,
Cracker.
yeah, see, they would have probably let him say it because the guy that said it was white, right? I think.
I don't think that you're allowed to say any of that stuff
Oh,
because it's live feed television,
yeah.
especially on Thursdays when they do eviction nights. Like that's live.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Hit him with a hey, buddy. That's like the whitest thing I can think of.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, that's a good one though.
I'm not the authority on slurs by.
Yeah,
Any
we know we're
means.
not supposed to say them,
You know.
so we don't.
They use
Why'd
it
you
in
say?
songs.
Why'd you go? Meh. What's that? Meh. We good.
That's not what I'm saying. I was just like, meh. I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's like the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, I should not be saying anything about this.
Yeah, it's
I
none
just
of-
don't think it's a good thing to say.
This is none of our business.
No.
As,
business
as the
is-
inventors of the slurs, we're gonna stay out of it.
I'm head out.
Yeah. So, anyway, What else? We watched The Holdovers.
Oh yeah, that was
movie,
pretty good.
It was all right. Yeah,
It was like
it wasn't great, but
emotional,
it wasn't bad.
kind of funny. It was sweet, sweet little movie about basically two outcasts.
Yeah. I'd give it a C plus, B minus.
Rotten Tomatoes loved it, which is
Really?
funny because they gave it like a 95%.
Jesus Christ! What a
No,
joke.
it's super funny because you like to say, "Oh, Rotten Tomatoes didn't even like this, so no,
What do you
I'm
mean?
not going to watch this."
What do you mean? I like to say that? When have I ever said that?
Whenever I give you a movie and I'm just like, "Oh, do you want to watch this?" and you don't want to watch it, you'll look it up on Rotten Tomatoes and then tell me how bad it's supposed to be.
How many times have I done that?
Like 3.
Nah, press X to doubt, dude. Maybe once.
More than once.
No.
That's okay. that you
I will
don't
go
know yourself.
confirm my bias. I'll be like, no, that sounds fucking stupid, and maybe look it up and be like, yeah, everyone here says it's fucking stupid. I was right.
That was graceful, Hazel.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, dude. You could win the dog Olympics.
These dogs are needy. They hear us talking to each other and they're like, "Talk to me."
Yeah, I don't know.
Hello, Hazel.
They've been sitting at home with
Oh,
me
gosh.
quiet all day, and now they're like, oh, let's freak the fuck
They
out.
do this whenever I get on a video call with someone.
It's so annoying. What's wrong with you guys?
I want
Just
to be a kennel
desperate.
dog.
You're just desperate for love, huh? Heaven forbid anything else in the world gets attention.
They don't like it when we hug each other either.
Yeah.
We'll just hug each other, give each other a nice little embrace, because we're married and we love each other. And the dogs will start growling at us. How dare you?
I'm just kidding.
He goes, nah, with his hand. Little, come see, come saw.
Oh, dude, I did my first expense report.
Ooh.
Big man now, dude. I feel like I got my Pampers on. I'm a big boy now. I've never done an expense report in my life.
It's giving corporate.
Yeah. I've never really worked in my life. I do a lot of things that could be confused for work. So yeah. For a stand-at-home desk that got delayed thanks to all the fucking ice.
Oh, speaking of a stand-up desk, I
yeah,
found one that goes on top of a desk at Goodwill for $80. I thought it
Yeah.
was a racket.
Yeah, those are stupid, dude.
Well, I just
You need to spend at least $1,000. I'm kidding.
No, I just feel like they can't be that much more expensive to buy brand new, I guess is where I'm at.
Oh yeah, probably. I don't know. Probably
Because they just
not.
go on your regular desk.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Because I approached it, I was like, oh, I'm going to get this. And then I saw the price tag. I said, no, I'm not going to get this.
Yeah. I wanted one, but I never would have got a stand-up desk if it wasn't paid for, because why would I ever take care of myself like that? It's ridiculous. Also, they're expensive. They're pricey. The one I got was almost $600. And it's literally just like a flat countertop, basically, that moves up and down.
Humble brag.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, I didn't pay for it. I'm not really bragging. It's not I don't have that money.
Hazel just wants to give me lots of kisses right now.
But I am pretty pumped. I'll be able to go from sitting to standing, which is just super cool. Yeah, I've never had one, but I've seen people with them, and I've always been jealous.
I've only ever used, like at work, I've had in my space, like the ones that go on top of the desk. And then you just you grab the levers on the side and you squeeze them and then you pull it up. And then you can stand.
Yeah, I've seen them. I saw one at like what's the fucking goddamn, the humane whatever? What am I thinking of? My God, my stupid fucking brain, dude.
Humane Society, Habitat for Humanity.
That's the one. Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah,
I saw one.
I
there.
saw one at Goodwill that was like that, the little lever
Yeah.
side, and then you. They did not call it a stand-up desk. They called it something else.
A desk module.
Not even that.
I don't know.
They didn't call it the right thing, and it was like
a sex pillow.
That's what it was. It bends so you can just lean.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows?
I'm excited though, because last week, dude, sitting in my little computer chair all fucking day, my hips and my knees were like, we don't like this, fat old man. Do something else with your life. And I said, no, I'm getting paid to do this.
It's giving skinny privilege for you to call yourself fat.
Oh, do I need to check my privilege?
Yeah, you do.
Well, okay. But just so you guys know, I am a millionaire, self-made. I just had to tell someone, dude. I didn't want to hide it anymore.
So, did you self-make yourself, or is that like a family business thing?
Yeah, no, self-made. I mean, they started it, but they're giving it to me. So it's basically like I made it myself.
Honestly. Touche.
For real, though, my hips
or
and my
touchette.
knees. Yeah. My hips and my knees were bothering me.
I have an antique chair that I was sitting on doing schoolwork, and that also got me. And then I switched it out. I have a different antique chair that has like a cushion base instead of a wooden base. Much better.
Yeah.
Much better. Way less pain.
Yeah. Along with my desk, I got an ergonomic chair, but it's not going to be here for a long time. But I'm pumped. I hope it helps.
Yeah, well, it should. I think being able to stand will help you.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because whenever you get uncomfortable, you can just, all right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and the best thing about my job is that I have a little thing that like forces me to take breaks. It's like, you've been sitting for too long. Here's some stretches, and I like play stretches. And okay, roll my shoulders for 3 minutes or whatever.
I think it's great too. When you're looking at electronics, my optometrist said that we as people don't fully close our eyes.
Yeah, you told me that. That's why every time I get like lunch or a long break, I just come and lay down and close my eyes for an hour.
Oh, it's not sleeping?
Not every time. A lot of times I'm just laying there with a pillow on my head.
Well, my optometrist says every 5 minutes if you could just close your eyes.
Yeah.
Just for like a few seconds.
I like
instead of just blinking them, but
really
just closing your eyes.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's like a specific kind of oil in your eye that helps lubricate the eye that will get clogged up in something. In your shit. It'll get clogged up in your shit.
Clogged
your
up
eyeballs.
in your shit. Watch yourself.
And then it'll cause dry eyes. So if
I
you stare at electronics a lot and you have dry eyes, she recommended to me an electric eye compress to heat up. She said she recommends the ones you plug in over the ones you put in the microwave because you can control the heat on them. So that's that cost me $60. So for you for free.
Yeah, you guys are lucky. I was gonna say, was she like, and here's my affiliate link to the hot compress?
No, she didn't.
I also sell these.
No,
I imagine optometrists are all right. Probably making enough money.
I like her. I brought you to her. She's
Yep.
great.
My vision is finally deteriorated. Just a little tiny bit, but finally happened. She's like, you need a fraction of a thing, but you'll be fine.
Hazel, tell me how you really feel.
Yeah. Hazel, you know how I really feel? I feel like beating the fuck out of you.
She was.
Yeah, she's a dork. What's up, Hazel? You got something to say? Sitting here crying for the last 10 minutes.
I wonder if she has to go potty. So maybe that's a sign for us to.
We still got a few minutes, and then
Oh.
we'll wrap up and take them out. And leave them out for good. It's a good thing they can't speak English. Talk a lot of shit to them.
Oh my gosh. Someone's going to be like, you're abusing your dogs.
Yeah, and they're right. What are you gonna do about it? Stop me?
Someone's gonna call animal control on us. Control.
Yeah,
those
and then they're
people.
gonna come in here and be like, "Oh yeah, these dogs, they're real abused. Fucking got 17 pillows they're laying on. Yeah, oh, we're such monsters." Because we speak to them in a language they don't understand poorly.
We also sing them songs.
Well, yeah, the songs are never. Well, sometimes they're rude songs too.
Well,
Just depends on the mood, huh,
it's
Hazel?
verbal stimming is what it is. Hazel.
Yeah, my wife one time showed me a TikTok of a person with ADHD and was like, you see?
One of those things was verbal stimming, and
Yeah.
that's what my husband does, and I do it too. But
It was like singing random songs, and then he's like drumming on shit.
yeah,
And then I can't remember what the other ones are.
there's
Losing
a lot
wallets or something.
of them.
Literally
Yeah,
bought me an air tag for my wallet. So
you're welcome.
undiagnosed though, we don't know.
Yeah, I'm undiagnosed too, but like I said, I am the medication I'm on doubles, and I've never felt better.
Yeah,
So
fair enough.
I mean, my doctor told me he was surprised too. He's like, "Oh, your attention's better," and I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Great." So
like,
I think that he's convinced, but he
Lucky
can't
guess.
technically diagnose me because you have to have like a diagnosis from a psychiatrist. So
Yeah, I don't know. They can't just hand out ADHD medications. That's the
and
one
I
thing
don't
I know
want
about it.
I just like I honestly
Dude, I
would
would
just
rip
want
some legal
someone.
speed right now.
Mm,
No, not about it.
no, and like I think I'd probably get a lot done though.
I'd probably just
Be able to
fucking
focus.
irritated as hell.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what I'd probably I'd start playing my video game and just play it for the next 12 hours. Be like, I'm focused.
Super focused.
Yeah. This is what
I
peak
would-
human performance looks like.
I don't even know if I would do that. I think I would get like I don't know. I get hyper focused on things anyway, but I think I'd probably just get like enjoy the hyper fixation rather than like feel like stressed out and like have my shoulders up to my ears and just like like aggravated.
Yeah,
when
I don't know.
Like that. I'm just like
Never been on it. Probably won't ever be on it.
Well, anyway.
But I would be curious to try it one day and just see. Some people, when like I've read that people with ADHD when they take it are like, "Oh, whoa, this is what life is like," and I'm like, "How could it be that different?" I just don't. Obviously, I wouldn't understand, but like you take it once and you're just like, "Oh wow, I feel so fucking normal." Like I don't get
I
it.
do feel like to a certain extent, like Vyvanse and Adderall, that's not necessarily normal. I think that that's just like more close to someone who has it's not necessarily motivation. It's just like you don't have crippling self-doubt and crippling just like anxiety or agitation about certain things. And so therefore when you sit there and you're like, oh man, I'd like to get the dishes accomplished, you just get up and do the dishes. Like, oh, I'd like to go to the post office today and mail off this package, you actually just get up and go to the post office. Rather than sitting there and being like, I have to go to the post office and then thinking about thinking about that for 8 hours, just panicking over the fact that you have to go to the post office. Or forgetting that you do every single time you get up to go and you get distracted with something else. Like, oh, I've got to put up these coats. Oh, I've got to clean the toilet.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, shoot, I have an assignment due in 4 hours.
I don't know. Someone with some Adderall hit me up. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds nice to be able to just do shit.
So I think that that's really it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. That's just my assumption. Because I'm either like high functioning, getting all the things done, or I'm like, I get started on something and then I immediately lose interest and then it sits there for 3 weeks, kind of like our laundry in the dining room. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I've been piecemeal cleaning we are trying to, well, An annual thing for us is after Christmas, we usually round up all of our junk that we don't want anymore and we donate it. It's almost February and we still haven't done that.
Yeah.
So I have like a little box, like a box I got from Costco, and it's like filling up very slowly with stuff that as I go through the house and like tidy things up, I add like 1 or 2 things at a time, but it's still a lot. So that we need to do.
Yeah, haven't gone through all the crap. Just, I don't know. Just keep accumulating it, huh, ladies? More crap. Never enough crap.
Here she comes.
Making money moves, River. Oh, yes. Your mother is just a step stool for you to get to me. Anyway, on that note, what time is it?
4:55.
Dude, we're still supposed to go for 5 more minutes. River, what do you have to say about that? I've had to poop for 10 minutes.
Oh, can I just tell you, having the ice apocalypse outside, the dogs, they'll go outside, but they were just like sliding around, so them finding like a good place to pee or poop.
It's a struggle out there
Difficult.
on the ice. I saw Hazel one day, she like squatted to go to the bathroom and then she was sliding, so she had to like stop and like go find somewhere else.
I know. Sorry, honey.
It's rough out there for pimp pawn ladies.
We have backdoor neighbors and they have a dog, and the girls like to like rush to the fence
And flip the fuck out.
and bark.
Because we don't abuse them.
So
We
anyway,
should start.
backdoor neighbors are really sweet. They're like, they're fine, they're fine. Every single neighbor we have, they're fine, they're
Oh, yeah,
fine.
are liars, dude.
Oh my gosh.
We're
they're
surrounded
so
by
nice.
liars.
They're so nice.
They are. They're
But,
always like, oh, it's okay.
River was running up to the fence, and I think that she realized that it was slippery. She tried to stop, and then she ran into the fence and then slid backwards.
Not very smooth, huh, River?
We thought it would teach her a lesson.
It didn't.
It
I'm
didn't.
sure. I'm sure it's done nothing.
In fact, I was trying to get Hazel inside, and so I got River inside. She listened really well because I think that she was a little traumatized. Then I was hollering at Hazel to come in because I was in my pajamas, and it was ice apocalypse outside, so I wasn't about to go outside and like break my neck trying to get the dog. And River ran out to Hazel and back like 6 times in the process of me trying to get her back inside.
Just trying to help, huh, Riv?
Yeah.
Trying to do your big sister duty.
I do say, like, when River, this doesn't happen really anymore, but I used to be like, River, go get your sister. She'd go outside and just kind of stand there and look at her, and then Hazel would eventually come in, so.
You're a good sister, huh, River? Even though you probably don't even like Hazel. Hazel growls a lot, huh?
Grr.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, I know. What are we going to name the episode?
Grr.
Any other ideas? I mean, I'll name it.
We talked about reality television a lot.
Yeah. Any funny
I Deserve
reality
Money, I think is the title.
Nice. That's perfect. Check. I deserve money.
I Deserve Money.
You guys should give us some.
We have a tip jar.
Yeah, some money and some Adderall. We'd take both.
For legal purposes, he's kidding.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, boy.
Girls, what do you say? I say we call it.
Looks like we're done.
We got some potty pants. All right, girls, let's go. All right, folks.
Let's go.
Let's go.